In this video, I'm going to be ranking the top 10 best defenders in NBA 2K23 My Team. These are just going to be cards that are exceptionally good on the defensive end. Not talking about overall cards, just going to be talking about their defense at their position and how good of a defender I do think they are. So I'll be ranking these top 10 defenders. They're going to be somewhat in order, not exactly perfectly, number 2, number 5. Like, these are just going to be the top 10 best defenders in my team, in my opinion, kind of ranked in order. So at the number 10 spot is going to be Dark Matter Jonathan Isaac. And let me know in the comment section down below before I get into my top 10. Let me know some of your guys' favorite and best defenders to use in the game, and let me know what you guys would change about my top 10. But like I said, coming in at the number 10 spot is going to be Jonathan Isaac. He's a 6'11" small forward, 7'2" wingspan. I mean, you can't really get much better than Jonathan Isaac on the defensive end. He's got a 98 block, 97 steal, 97 perimeter, 97 interior defense. He's got every single Hall of Fame defensive badge in the game, and also pretty much perfect defensive tendencies. And a lot of cards are going to be like this. So it really just comes down to their, defensive stance. It comes down to their defensive animations, their height, their player model, their size, just everything about the card is going to really come down to that, because I assume most of these guys in this top 10, I'm pretty sure, are all going to have like every single Hall of Fame defensive badge, are going to have pretty much maxed out stats and maxed out tendencies. Because if you look at my card at number 9, it's going to be Dark Matter KG. He's 6'11" at the 3, but he can also play shooting guard, and that's why I do have him a little bit over a card like Jonathan Isaac, because Isaac can only play that small forward position. And I also do think KG's got a way better player model in game compared to Jonathan Isaac, a lot bigger of a player build. Now I will say his defensive tendencies aren't on Jonathan Isaac's level, but I do think he's got the better defensive stance, because if you guys don't know, the Kawhi Leonard motion style is pretty much like the Kawhi Leonard defensive stance, and it's easily the best in the game. And then once again, gonna have almost every single Hall of Fame defensive badge and pretty much perfect stats. But I will say the big difference between KG and Jonathan Isaac is the fact that Kevin Garnett can play shooting guard and has a better player model, and I do think plays slightly better defense, but they're both going to be on the same level on the defensive end. Coming in at the number 8 spot, I do have Dark Matter AK, 6'9" at the 2, 7-foot wingspan. And this card, for whatever reason, he just gets the craziest defensive animations in my team. Like, I don't know if it's because of the motion style being Kawhi Leonard, but KG also has the, he also has the Kawhi Leonard motion style, which is the Kawhi Leonard defensive stance. Maybe it's the tendencies or something, all at a 99. But this card, if you guys have used this Dark Matter AK or even his Galaxy Opal, he just gets some of the craziest pluck animations. He's an absolute pest on the perimeter. He gets a ton of bump steals, a ton of pluck steals. He's great at blocking shots. I mean, just all around, I think AK's got to be a top 10 defender. At the number 7 spot, got to put a couple bigs in here as well, guys that are really good at defending the interior. And I think you got to put Kareem, a 7'2" power forward, 7'5" wingspan. We know Kareem's going to have one of the best player models in the game for a power forward. 99 every single defensive stat, every Hall of Fame defensive badge, tendencies pretty much all at 100. And then we know, his player model, his size is just going to be super dominant at that power forward position. Can't really get too much better than Kareem when we're talking about defense, and I do think he's got enough speed and just versatility where he can guard most positions in the game. Like, the really nice thing about Kareem with his wingspan, his height, and his player model, for example, if you were to match up against like a Tracy McGrady or a Vince Carter or a Nikola Jokic, like, you can put Kareem on ball and he could be a really elite perimeter defender, just like an AK, just like a Jonathan Isaac, just like a Kevin Garnett. But the nice thing about Kareem is you can also put him on a power forward, put him on a center. But I just think he's a little bit more versatile on the defensive end. But coming in at the number 6 spot, I do have the hero Ben Simmons, 6'11" at point guard, 7-foot wingspan. He's easily the best defending point guard in the game. I mean, just a great player model. He's got great size. His player build's super wide, pretty much perfect defensive stats and badges. His tendencies could be a lot better. That's why I think he's a little bit lower, but Ben Simmons, I think, got to be a top 10 defender. At the number 5 spot, I got Dark Matter Ralph Sampson. This card on the interior, I know there's Taco Fall, I know there's Manu, I know there's Yao, I know there's Rick Smith, but for whatever reason, Ralph Sampson on the defensive end on the interior is an absolute force, man. He's 7'4" at the center spot, 7'8" wingspan. I don't know if it's because of his player model. I don't know if it's because of his defensive animations. I don't even know what it is, but if you guys have used Ralph Sampson, let me know if you guys have noticed this. Like, he just plays so much better defense than most other cards underneath the basket. He gets crazy block animations. He contests every single shot. His player build's just super wide, so he can wall up pretty much everybody in the game. All around, I think Ralph Sampson is the 5th best defensive card. At the number 4 spot, I do got the dark matter free Bobby Jones, one of the only free cards in this top 10. But if you take a look at this card on the defensive side of things, he's 6'9" at small forward, amazing defensive stats and badges. He's got perfect defensive tendencies all at 100. And I don't know what it is, once again, about Bobby Jones. I've just noticed this card very similar to an AK-47, where he just gets crazy pluck animations. And once again, like, I'm not really ranking these guys fully in order. Like, I'm not saying Bobby Jones is that much better of a defender than AK. I mean, all of these guys are pretty much on the same level when it comes to defense. So just because I got Bobby Jones at 4 and I have AK at 8, I'm not saying that Bobby Jones is even a better defender. I'm just saying, like, I'm kind of just ranking the top 10 best defenders, not really necessarily in order, somewhat in order, but I do think Bobby Jones got to be a top 10 defender. At the number 3 spot is going to be dark matter Josh Smith, another 6'9" small forward, 7-foot wingspan, and another card that I just feels like plays way better defense than maybe his stats and badges or stuff will show. Like, he's only 6'9" at small forward, but I swear this card feels like he's 6'10" or 6'11" with the defensive animations he gets, with his pluck steals, blocking shots, just covering so much ground, being able to guard the point guard, the shooting guard, the small forward, and a lot of power forwards. I think Josh Smith got to be in this top 10. At the number 2 spot, though, I got the invincible Greek freak Giannis, 6'11", can play power forward, small forward, 7'4" wingspan. We know Giannis has one of the best player models in the game, and that's the thing I really like about Giannis, his versatility on the defensive end, able to guard the point guard, the shooting guard, the small forward, the power forward, and even a lot of centers with his size, perfect defensive stats and badges. His tendencies, almost perfect as well, all out of 98. He's also got the Giannis defensive stance, which is one of the best defensive stances in the game. He just gets crazy block animations. He covers so much ground. He can wall up some of the best bigs in the game. I just think all around Giannis got to be somewhere in your top 10 best defenders, and I would say he's probably closer to the top 3. You know, I got him at number 2, but once again, not really ranked fully in order, because number 1, I do have invincible LeBron, 6'9" at small forward, shooting guard, 7-foot wingspan. I don't know what it is about LeBron and Giannis. I don't know if it's because of their motion style. It's just the way they run, the way that they move in game on defense, their animations, their block shots, their contest shots, their ability to cover so much ground. I don't know what it is about LeBron and Giannis cards in my team, but they get those like hidden animations where you can't look at it. Like, I can't show you guys. And if you've used these cards or played against them, you'll probably know exactly what I'm talking about. They just get some of the best animations on offense and defense, whether it's blocking shots, whether it's contesting a shot, just whether it's slashing to the basket. Like, they just get crazy animations in game. So I do think for the shooting guard position, LeBron's going to be the best defender in my team. But let me know in the comment section down below. And I'm not saying like LeBron's the best defender, you know, compared to these other guys. I'm just saying he's going to be in this top 10. I got him at number 1. But let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about my top 10? Not necessarily ranked so much in order. That's not what I was focusing on in this video. I wasn't really focusing too much on where I put them in the top 10. I was just focusing on figuring out who is the top 10 defenders currently in my team. So let me know if there's any other great defenders that I missed out in this top 10. And yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.